Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome again to Steve Foster Driver. It's the Health Show, and I'm here with Jess, an absolutely wonderful young lady who's going to talk to us about some brilliant work that's going on through Cumbria by an organisation called Bridgeway. Now, Bridgeway is the sexual assault support services that's in Cumbria, and I believe you are an absolute superb advocate for them, Jess. So can I ask, how did you contact them?
That's a good question. It actually wasn't me that contacted, it was the police.
Right.
It obviously happened from my attack. So my background, just very quickly, I'm victim and now survivor of rape and sexual assault. And that happened in 2014.
Right.
And when that happened, the very next day it was almost protocol for them to send you straight away to the SARC. So I had it easy. I didn't have to do anything. It was actually the police that sorted that for me.
That's wonderful. When you engaged with them, how did you feel?
Again, I mean, back then, obviously, with everything that had just happened, and you go the very next day, so everything's still fresh. Your body and your mind is in a million different places, and there's a lot of things that you actually forget. But it's actually one of the things that I remember very well. It's an uncomfortable experience at the time.
Yeah,
it's something that you don't particularly feel like you want to do. You just want to sleep. Let's be honest. You're just that tired. But honestly, I can't praise them enough, and that's why I'm wanting to do this today. They were very, very professional. They were so welcoming and comforting and kind. Everything you needed them to be, to make you feel that you were okay.
Oh, that's wonderful. So, I mean, it obviously is quite a traumatic experience, but again, I suppose if you've got this kind of help that's available for you, then it does ease a little bit of the burden. If you could pick one thing that you would say would be the best advice from them, what would it be?
I don't know if it would be advice. It would be more picking the best thing that they'd done for me. So when you're there, you'd obviously talk through everything that they're going to do for you, and you're going to kind of go through together. And of all the things that they did do, so, I'll give you a brief thing of what they do. The sitting, they'll talk to you about having injections, to prevent any infection from healing. You have injections to prevent any disease you tragically may have caught. They talk you through the fact that they're going to do a full body examination. And my best thing, weirdly or not, and again, it's that uncomfortable thing, you kind of didn't want it done, but they do the full body exam and they also film it. And I know that sounds really awful, as it did to me, but what a blessing. What a blessing. Like I say, it's not comfortable, but that examination they done was liquid gold evidence.
Right. And this is one of the things that we do want to get across from this is that the importance, however uncomfortable and however you're feeling, the importance of the forensic evidence that's gathered, particularly by the sexual assault support services, is vital in achieving a prosecution. Which ultimately is
they done my full body examination and they gave me all of my injections to make sure I hadn't caught any STIs, all that kind of thing. And like I mentioned, they film it and they tell you that you can, if your case goes to court, some people aren't lucky enough, which is just heartbreaking. Fortunately, mine did. They told me that I could use that video evidence in court, And with you going there the day right after the attack, everything is still there. You've walked out of one scene into another straight away, and you are as is. And everything they could possibly find is still there.
Yeah.
And that is so important. I used to say when we were going through court, it was like liquid gold. It was just, there was nothing you could have said. There was nothing you could have drew. I used to draw them pictures. There was nothing you could do that would stand up in court. How that would, nothing.
It's lovely to see you smiling. You're very determined, and obviously you are a very courageous woman. Did you find that this kind of made things a little easier?
It did. Like I say, at the time, nothing feels easy.
No.
Even putting your shoes on, nothing feels easy. And I was very, very fortunate. I have a mum that just took the reins. I had the SARC, which I just can't praise them enough. They made things a lot easier.
Yeah.
Where I wasn't there mentally to focus on, I need to come up with a witness statement, this statement, I need to do this, a victim, whatever. You're just not there. You're not there to focus on that. And they kind of they just want you to talk to them and they write it down.
Yeah.
It was brilliant.
Yeah. They're almost going through an automated process. It helps you to better understand what's going on, because obviously with such traumatic experiences, I think that your mind doesn't focus on the necessity of what you need. It focuses more about protection of yourself. And you've got this lovely organisation, the Sexual Assault Support Services. And now we actually have a sexual support referral service throughout Cumbria, which 6 years Bridge House has been in existence. What kind of aftercare, once your trial was over and everything, what sort of aftercare did you get from them?
So even just briefly, even before the trial, you initially go to the SARC the day after your attack, your assault, whatever's happened. And then they ask you to go back after 2 weeks.
Right.
As like a follow-up, a check-up, make sure everything's okay. Which, again, brilliant, really, again, quite in depth. There's no shying away, but it's all for your benefit, and it's to make sure you're healthy and that you're safe. After my case, it just continued. It was brilliant. It was, aside from the video, which my liquid gold evidence, the staff at the SARC also, didn't I say the write your report? They let you use that as evidence as well. And they also, fortunately, unfortunately, however you look at it, my injuries were that bad, I suppose, that they were willing to stand up for me in court. So even them in person, they were willing to go above and beyond to actually appear in court.
I think that is vital for anybody that's listening to this, to understand that there is a service out there that will support you 110% on every step of the way and are still there for you afterwards.
Oh, yeah. Not only that, you got the sense of, there were women as well, and it wouldn't be the same as if it was a man, but the fact that there were women, their mothers, their sisters, their aunties, they understood that it's not comfortable, but, and they made it as light-hearted as they could. And above all else, they made you feel safe. And that
is the important thing.
Safety is just the biggest thing throughout the full thing. Safety in your health, safety, physically, nothing can come and get you. Safety, nobody knows where you're at when you're there. It's they made you feel safe and comfortable.
It's wonderful that, as I said, that these people exist, and they are highly trained professional people that do this.
Yeah.
And you mentioned there that they are mainly women that's there, but there are men, because I mean the nature of the world is that it's both men and women, unfortunately, that do suffer these kind of sexual attacks. And I think the one thing that I get from you is that it's not one peg fits all. It's kind of whatever the person needs. That's what's provided by the SARC team.
It's very much case specific. You know, no two people are the same. No two incidents are the same. It may be of the same nature, but no two attacks will ever be the same.
Oh, no.
And they adapt to that. They cater to those specific needs. So, yeah.
And it's brought you to this position where you feel able to speak out on behalf of other people and to kind of explain how the journey, although it is a little bit of a painful journey and it is frustrating and daunting, that there is someone there to hold your hands and go through it with you and support you. I think that's the important message that we should be getting across, really.
Definitely.
Can I say thank you so much, Jess? It's been an absolute pleasure to talk to you. And I like the idea that you're not a victim, you are a survivor, and a very strong survivor. And may you continue to do so and speak out for this organisation. I think it's superb. Thank you so much.
But you can do it.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks now. Bye.